Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And today we're talking to a crypto-fascist, apparently. News to me. I don't know how we know he's a crypto-fascist. I guess I just know these things. I'm Harrier Dubois. Of course I do. Lots of people out there miss the good old days. Yeah, I'll bet.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
I'd almost forgotten about his voice. Ugh. It's not the worst voice I've heard, but I wouldn't call it pleasant. His hair looks different than it looks in the profile. Like, it looks like it's not as long around the edges. Also, it looks like he's got a... I can't tell if it looks like he's got a bald spot or a really large forehead. I guess he does look like he's got a large forehead in that image, so probably that then. Anyway. Hi.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Fucking excuse me, Gary? Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? He's not even fucking yellow. He's paler than you are.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
Interesting is a word for it. Fucking stupid is another. Well, no, that's two words. Well, stupid is one word. Fucking is just a emphasis. Intensify, that's the word I was looking for.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
He quickly changes the subject. Yeah, I'll bet he does. That was such a weird way to begin a conversation. Even for a fascist or whatever. It was like some sort of fucking Tourette's thing or something. What the fuck? Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Yeah? Fair enough, then. As a drunk and a degenerate, or at least a former one, I can attest to that.
Degenerates, this man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I am neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by-the-books, clean-as-a-whistle officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants. Degenerates? I've been trained to identify the slightest hint of degeneracy by the preeminent authority on it. Are you speaking of Measurehead? I think he would have a very different idea of what qualifies as a degenerate. Anyway.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
Revacol? That's not how I've heard it pronounced. His gaze shifts to a pile of soggy logs at his feet. I'd rather stay strong for myself, frankly. Or maybe for its own sake. Living for someone else, well, that's a fragile thing. Living for yourself, that's a bit hardier.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Indeed, I noticed that.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Then what's the point of the word, if it applies to nothing at all? Well, perhaps you just mean no one around here. Hey, is this your mug? Hold up the yellow man mug. Yeah, sure, let's start the conversation like that. Why not?
My mug? Why would you think that?
I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes. Gay.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
I don't know that it's a crime to lie to an officer in general, but as we've established already, he's got too much respect for authority to not respond to an appeal like that.
You're not going to find me, are you?
I am. For 20 real, for 100 real, for 250 real. The maximum. Fucking hell. I have no idea what any of that actually means, honestly. Because again, I have no idea what the economy is like around here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's find him the 250 real just to see what his reaction will be. Maybe this will let me have some idea of how money works.
Oh God, 250? How am I gonna pay that? Okay, I'll work harder. I'll pay it off. I promise.
He looks at the slip of yellow copy paper, then gets a hold of himself. You do that. Well, that was certainly quite a reaction. What's this?
This is a considerable expense to him. 1 month's wage, most likely.
250 for 1 month's wage. That's interesting. He's relatively well dressed, so he's probably not on a pauper's wage sort of thing. Not that well dressed, but well, it's kind of hard to tell with this art style, honestly. So 250 real is something like a month's wage for a moderately well-off person. Good to know. Alright. Very good to know. So those $30 pants were indeed pretty fucking expensive then. Thanks, Gary the crypto-fascist. You've been a big help.
It's, in a way, admirable how quickly he composes himself after such a blow. This man digs authority, even when it's bullying him.
You might be right there, Volition. So it's doubly telling, then.
And I'll never do it again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash? Hang on. Okay. I was thinking maybe I was a bit going a bit hard on the whole dumping your trash in someone else's trash container, but this is very concerning. What the fuck are you doing, Gary?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob.
He says, bowing shamefully like a fallen knight. Ah. So this is a recurring thing, then. It's worse than I thought. A lot. Is that the only trash compactor that you use? And what the heck is going on with the trash collection services, then? That seems like a concerning bit of corruption there. Just handing out a master key to someone he knows? Did you bribe him, or is this strictly a favor? Concerning. Very concerning. I might have to have a talk with CS Municipal. I'd ask for a name, but even you probably aren't, well.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
No, you shouldn't have. And you won't. will you? Not in this way, anyway.
Disgraced?
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and looks up.
No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
Just a trash container, Kim. Ha! This is the very soul of this nation that we are dealing with here, Kim.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Oh yes. Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay. Then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
The lieutenant remarks drolly. Indeed.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
I don't... What's that strange sound?
What sound?
What sound indeed? Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
Could it now?
Every day, the wind shifts the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles, the smell of decay. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
Indeed. But I guess we're abandoning that topic. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No.
He changes his mind.
I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
You change your mind like a girl changes clothes, Gary.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Indeed. Let's move on. For now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
He's visibly relieved it's over. Composure, legendary 14. Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze Gary's composure. Well, composure is not exactly something I am excelling exceptionally in. I can get it up to 4. I can get up to 4 at least, though. Hang on. Alright, 28%. Not great odds, but oh well. I did plan on putting a point into composure soon, so a second chance, I suppose.
That
Or we won't need
looks
it.
Very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Well, I can't tell, but I can't exactly zoom in right now, can I? His massive musculature?
No, he's scrawny. Try again.
Alright. Yeah, I figured. Something worn underneath it? Something ceramic-y, perhaps?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
Indeed. I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear. I am too.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was...
He unbuttons the shirt. I swear, if this is actually a lead up to you flashing me and then running away.
I was ashamed of what I did,
You should be.
and I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso. Well, you were a fool to try and hide it from the human can opener himself. Even more than you were fooled to take it in the first place. Hand it over.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
What if I can't handle the truth?
This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Yeah, he certainly seems to be a man to whom shame comes easily to.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
Indeed.
No, you've got explaining to do.
The lieutenant's tone is icy. First of all, give me that armor. Now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat.
Alright. That's the second piece already. And we still haven't even finished running the numbers on the first. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here.
And that's supposed to make what you did better? As though your victim being a dead foreigner makes you any less of an honorless cur? Of course it doesn't. You know damn well it doesn't.
Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
Let that be a lesson, then, Gary. Your misdeeds, any lapse in your honor, always comes around to bite someone. If you have any honor, you will let this lapse be a teaching moment.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
You better not be.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
The lieutenant jots something down in his notebook. Are you playing the good cop here, Kim? Yeah, that fits.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
He shakes his head. Yeah. Yeah, you should be sorry.
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Baby steps, eh, Kim? It ain't much, but it's something. Maybe you really can take this as a teaching moment. Perhaps. Anyway, back to being the hard-ass cop. like I said, considering the circumstances, it makes perfect sense for Kim to be the good cops here, so to speak. Anyway, why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak.
Yes.
I should have told you the moment I saw you. But
Yes, that's right. You were. And you should have.
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
He doesn't muster up the strength to yell. Do you know who killed the hangman? Probably not, but sure. Might as well ask everyone, just in case they have something to say about it.
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
He shakes his head. Almost everyone in town is wrong, but, well, that's no accident.
This is all he knows.
I'm not surprised. That was a shot in the dark anyway. Are we done here, Gary? Are we?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
He looks around, relieved of some burden, his mouth still quivering. Alright. Fucking A. That's that handle then. Good to have that crossed off, and even better to have another skill point. So I said I'd put it into composure, and I'm no liar. Unlike Gary. Yeah, I feel like I should have done that last. That felt like a good ending to the conversation, but oh well. You said Revocol.
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He nods solemnly. You are sounding way... You sound like you're trying way too hard to sound cool.
The stupid way.
Okay, that caught me off guard, logic.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd.
Indeed.
It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Perhaps. Oh, I should probably change my clothes back. Hang on. Oh, and check out this. Fairweather T500 Cuirass. +1 pain threshold, Vicar's skin. +1 volition, borrowed confidence. -1 empathy, mania of invulnerability. It's what is it? Shirt. Ah, right, obviously. I think that makes it the most potent shirt thus far. So far, I've only got ones that increase one stat by 1, or do that, but also reduce another by 1. This one increases 2 by 1, and 1 minus 1. Anyway. Just in case I want to pump my volition up to 10. Or if I put 3 more points into it, 13. Anything else that increases it? I don't... No, actually, I've got absolutely nothing else that increases it. Huh. This vitreous enamel cuirass fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across its countless white plates. Amazingly, it fits under your coat. And it also makes pretty porcelain sounds when shaken. Well, if I am ever going into battle, that plus that might very well come in handy. Until then, I don't know. I've never seen a use for pain threshold thus far, but maybe it's just like got a lot of passive checks that I've been missing. I don't know. Anyway.
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags? Yeah, just double checking. Besides the whole, you know, armor thing.
I told you everything. I just took the querist, that's all. I promise. I don't know anything else.
'Tis true, sire. This man simply did not know what he was getting caught up in.
Okay, doesn't surprise me. Are you a cryptozoologist too? Presumably, or why would he be here?
No.
Oh, really?
I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
So why are you here then?
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one.
Okay, I'm into cryptids. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a burning rhino? I mean, I can maybe guess, but you never know. The dread fucking moose was not exactly what it was cracked up to be, but
A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
that's not exactly what I was expecting. Why only the males?
The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How so?
During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly.
Well, that's certainly nothing like the dread moose, I'll give you that. That's quite a story.
Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway,
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels, some even spiritual.
Huh. That's... Huh. It's certainly an evocative image, I'll give him that. How do they burn?
they have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
Wings of fire, huh? What is this combustible fluid? Red Bull?
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
Oh, good question, Logic. How does the lighting of this fluid actually work? Well, maybe they don't know, I suppose.
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
This seems unlikely. I can buy into that. A flaming rhino. I don't even begin to understand how that works, honestly. But, so, I don't know. I want to be just like that rhino, running through the night with guns blazing. Yeah. Not that I have a gun, much less guns. But I got these guns!
We don't really do that around here.
Spoil sport.
Perhaps we should have more such decisive action in Revacol. You know, this city used to be a flaming rhino once. A long time ago.
He says, and then pauses, thoughtfully. What does that even mean? Did it used to be very gay? Did it used to encircle its women with a ring of fire? What would the women even be in that metaphor? Other cities, maybe? Female city? I don't know. Anyway, you were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I'm sorry for what I said.
He replies, then falls silent. That tends to happen when you finish a sentence.
Short means sincere in these things.
You better be.
This man is truly sorry for underestimating the honor and military might of the CEO-like man.
Good. Well, that's over with. Well, go ye and sin no longer. I'm gonna go check the traps. Where are they? Ah, here's one.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Alright.
The reeds rustle confidentially, while the residential building, menacing in the darkness behind you, shield them from the wind. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Think we'd probably notice from the ways away if there was.
Big surprise.
The lieutenant grins mirthlessly.
Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air.
I meant no offense, just...
The lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you, putting the trap back on the ground. Yeah, now you don't know what the heck to think. Over here? Yeah, here we go.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly, relinquishing form to darkness. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
I'm not certain that net really looks fine enough to keep locusts inside.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note, more out of habit than duty. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
He smiles and raises his collar. It's windy. We've had a good jog of it, all right. Now, while I'm here... Ooh.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking a shot?
Right.
Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
This relay tower coordinates boat traffic. Anyway. Well, perhaps. Well, it's not nothing.
In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there?
It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
The lieutenant looks up, raising his collar. Huh? Maybe there could have been. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
Yeah, it was the least likely of them. Certainly. That still leaves one possibility. But still, what about the cigarette butts?
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Timothy to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Hmm.
Tiomotiri was a Revacholian colony on Ilmaran. The Suzerainties population was mostly Ilmaran Areopagites, up to 97%. The region was known for its tobacco export, hence the name. Oh, you do? The butts you saw had a silhouette of a boy wearing a coffee hat, a tobacco picker. This boy is the Tiomotiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Yuan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, a legendary cigarette from Grad. Tiomotiri is favored by older men who like its old-fashioned paper filter tips, insane amount of tar, and the sweet smells of colonialism and halva.
Oh yeah, give me that good shit. All of that useless exposition. This is what I put points into Encyclopedia for. Well, that and the free XP. Look over the water, to the whirling in rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, through a thick snowstorm melting flake by flake in the waves, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. The light is off on the third floor of the whirling in rags. The young woman is gone in precinct 57. Safe, closed off. Her form no longer moves behind the glass there.
Good. Very good. Well, just one more possibility, then. Alright, let's go. The door is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Okay. Yeah, I figured. Which... Oh, hey, you're still up. Where? Ah, here we go.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Well, it's not meant to go... It's not meant to escape notice, now is it? Not from humans, and certainly not from cryptids.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud, and they shimmer, ghostly, in the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
You know, Shivers, you're just kind of a way vaguer encyclopedia, giving me random shit. Doesn't really... Well.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
That's a bit rude.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Alright. Ahead, decades-old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. Just a little longer, Kim. Don't let your sorry old knees give out on me now. Hut, hut. 1, 2, 1, 2. Come on, Kim. You feel that burn? That's the feeling of weakness leaving your body. Come on, you bugger. You want to live forever? Ooh. Money. And here we go.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
It's gonna be the one with a thing in it, isn't it?
The reeds hiss and shake in the darkness that has settled over the abandoned camp. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
The later it gets, huh? Well, it's not getting any later, is it? It remains 2 o'clock. It has remained 2 o'clock for... I don't even know how many episodes now.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust.
Oh. That's interesting.
No phasmid either, but still.
Immediately yell, "It's empty! Morel didn't leave it empty!"
Your voice echoes on the coast, carried by a gust of cold wind.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
That is interesting, though. We weren't away for that long, even discounting the frozen time, and yet they're all gone already. That implies either a lot of something or a large something.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
That's interesting. Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. Maybe something got its head stuck in there and had to shake it off. Or maybe someone was fucking around with the trap, I don't know.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
But that is a good point, Kim. Sabotage is a very real possibility. But from who? Yeah, it probably wasn't the Phasmid, but still, Morel needs to know.
We did, sort of, promise to tell them, didn't we?
He seems to regret the fact.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow, the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again?
Ask what? Didn't I already... Yeah, I can't even interact with it anymore. Okay. Okay. Let's go tell him the, interesting news. I don't know about good news, but it's certainly... Well. Let's see, is he even still awake? No, this place is fucking deserted. Hang on. I wonder if I can tell Kim about my epic pinball victory. Oop.
All these mesmerizing machines, just
Still
waiting
walking.
to be plugged back in and played.
Run your finger across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Oh?
Diora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era, on the Muindi Isola, the others being Ria Silvia and Advesperaskit. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually.
Sounds like it. Not a fan of pinball themes, Kim?
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Not a fan of pinball, eh? Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
I'm sensing that you're not as huge a fan of pinball.
He doesn't.
Yeah. What about that other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Want to play that?
No,
How about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball?
you can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
He looks away.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Think. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi. Very deep thoughts, I guess. Well, we've got a near guarantee of getting it, so.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka Kimball? What? Wow, I rolled horribly. It's a good thing I had a shoe-in for success, because that's literally the lowest I could have rolled without being a critical failure.
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
Okay. Hey, Kimball.
What?
You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them. What the fuck is this all leading to? You're some kind of pinball prodigy, some legend of the field who, for reasons, I don't know, dropped out of the field and now he's gotta... Seriously, Kim, what the fuck is this about?
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
Wait, but I still can't remember anything else. Yeah, that's my memory for me. Can remember Kimball and all sorts of inane shit the encyclopedia tells me, but I couldn't even remember my fucking name. Thanks.
Wonderful. He only remembers hearing about the pinball policeman.
Hey, you think you're frustrated about this? You have no idea. You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a
What?
childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science-fiction, and historic romance franchise.
Bullshit. Pinball requires plenty of skill. I mean, you should have seen the shit that I was getting up to earlier.
It is lame.
Bah. Your face is lame, Kim. Anyway, then why are you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How did you...
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop.
A pinball ring? Oh, of course. As one does. Okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion.
He shudders.
I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide.
You poor bastard. Bloody hell, 9 months of training just to infiltrate one presumably crime ring.
End of story.
That's quite a story. You were a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
I mean, clearly it has some skill if it took you 9 months to become a pinball champion. But never mind.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Wait, so that's why you didn't talk to Kuno?
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
I'm gonna call you Pinball now. I'm gonna call you Kimball now. No, I'm not that cruel. You'll always be Lieutenant Kitsuragi to me.
Not only to you, I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi to everyone.
He nods.
Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the whirling.
Alright. Anyway.
The machine is dead and silent.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if he has anything to say about any of the stuff in here. Might as well check real quick.
You clearly see footprints.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum from the dust cover age. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
You're goddamn right. Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, leading to the roof, from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant.
Indeed.
This prince, officer, could be the prince of our killer.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. One person has been hit. This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned.
That's new. I must have had way lower encyclopedia when I came here. The prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that
He points to the elevator doors in the corner.
and that.
He points to the barred door. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They are not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Perhaps. This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Alright. Well, that's that, I guess. Yeah? What? Oh. The sea breeze carries more than salt. Meat. Not rotten, not fresh, grilled. Okay. Etched into the wood, barely visible. Remember the rest is lost to time. I guess it wasn't remembered. Let's see, can we retry that one check for the date? Let's see.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's in your mind, officer?
Kim's presence makes it awkward. Ta. Well, actually, I do need to send him away before I end the video. Okay. After all this time, I think it's finally time to actually deal with the goddamn body. Okay, for a second I thought it was gone. Couldn't find it. There we go.
The man is decomposing. The
Yeah.
lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Alright, let's bag him. Take him away. The lieutenant takes the body away. You work alone for the rest of the day. What rest of the day?
Alright.
At last. Oh, another level up. Alright. He takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face. At long fucking last.
I can drive him to processing today, no problem, since we stalled with this. But this does mean I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone? What shall I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case, tend to personal matters,
Go on a date?
try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
Alright.
This means Lieutenant
Yes,
Kitsuragi
yes.
will leave, and if you have nothing to do, read books.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Alright. This ain't my first rodeo. And there he goes. For the brief amount of time left in the day. Man, he must get even less sleep than I do. Alright, what the fuck do I put this into? Maybe visual calculus. Visual calculus has been at 5 for a while. An awful long while. And it's certainly been, and when it comes to the actual investigation, it's been one of my more valuable skills. Easily. Yeah, no question about it. Alright. Time to shoot my shot, I guess. Suggestion. No, not that. Ah, this one maybe. Anything better? No? Okay. God, I look ridiculous. Wait. Oh, yeah. That's just a better version of that, straight up. What the heck? Okay. Should I wear my armor to it? Sure, why not? That's a lark. That was a weird sound. Okay. Okay, 17%. I've had worse odds.
Get the drink on. It would be unimaginable for a human female to have sex with a man without alcohol as the master of ceremonies to guide them.
Since the dawn of mankind, Al-Hul has watched over the reprocreation of our species. Reprocreation? Reprocreation? What? Lay with me. Let's celebrate the ghoul.
Now, there's a whole shipment of big words. May mankind be plentiful, I guess. Can I get back to my nets now?
Okay.
She doesn't even understand you asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later.
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way. Points to the sunken vehicle.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am.
That's great. Until then, you should maybe start thinking about the funeral.
I suppose.
Sire, she doth not believe it wasn't you.
You are suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Yeah, I guess you're right. After all, what are these things that we create but investments of our effort and time? And what are effort and time but pieces of a human life? And if they're pieces of a human life, then, well, that means that someone, somewhere, considered it worth expending that portion of their life to create it. And I guess that means it's... well...
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake?
Industrial music, I suppose.
Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
It usually is easiest to do nothing.
It's going to be quite a few years before nature is able to completely take care of a motor carriage. You could always come back in a few months and see if you still want to give it a proper send-off.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area, or...
I understand, believe me. I really do.
She brushes back her hair.
I think about all the frivolous side activities I could be doing every time I go out there with my nets.
I guess. I mean, I've certainly been doing a lot of... But there's only so many hours in the day, eh?
But daydreaming is a rich man's game. At sea, you can't afford to be careless and dream. Anyway, what are we talking about here again?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
First of all, fuck off. Brown is perfect. It's a perfectly good color. Secondly, where the fuck is this coming from? I just had a whole conversation about a funeral for a motor carriage and how we don't have enough time to do frivolous side activities and shit. What the fuck? What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns.
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance.
Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Wait, this will be my capo type now?
Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits.
No need. Let's keep that announcement on standby for now. Just...
Good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further.
Oh, shut up, drama. I genuinely don't understand where the fuck that came from.
It's getting late and it's snowing. Time to call it a day.
Indeed. Using a thermodynamics expander condenser cycle. Nice. Okay. Alright. So, next time. Next time it will be, well, tomorrow. But I don't trust this game to not send me into some ridiculous dream shenanigans as soon as I go to sleep. So, we'll leave that until next time. At long last, the eternal day, or night, I suppose, is finally coming to an end. Tomorrow, shopping spree. But until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason unsubscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.